In this video, we're going to talk about the fiscal cliff. What is it and how it impacts us as South Africans, as South Africa has just hit its fiscal cliff? And what does it mean for us, the mere mortal, in the street, not those fancy politicians in their glass houses and their fancy cars, top security and lavish lifestyles. We are on the street in South Africa, living life as average, ordinary South Africans. What does it mean to us? We're going to talk about it in this video. Hey, I'm Yolanda and welcome to Financially Fabulous Females. I am a financial advisor and I'm a wealth coach, and it is my goal on the show, on our various social media platforms, is to give you all the advice, all the tips, all the strategies that you need to manage your money well and build generational wealth. So if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button so you will always be notified when I put out some new content, and hit the bell notification as well. So whenever I go live, you're going to hear about it. So today we're talking about the fiscal cliff. What is the fiscal cliff? So there's no specific definition for what the fiscal cliff is. But in the South African sense, what it means is that government spending on interest on servicing its debts, the public sector wage, and the social benefits that government provides to South Africans. That total amount exceeds government revenue. Now, all three of those items, social grants, public sector wage, and the interest, only the interest portion of the debt, those three components have grown enormously in the past decade. So what does that mean for us as South Africans? Well, those debts have to be paid. The interest has to be paid. The government has made people dependent on social grants now, with the various social grants that have been allocated to people, from child grants, old age grants, and the talk of universal income grants as well to defeat poverty in the country. So all of those targets have to be met. Then we have the ever-increasing wage bill and the crazy wage increases that the elite politicians in South Africa have helped themselves to in the last decade or so. Just like our own finances, we should be spending on accumulating assets. And the government hasn't even really done that. They're spending on social spending that has a zero return of investment because people are dependent on the system now. Public wage is, again, it's bloated. Government is the biggest employer in the country, which is crazy. We just have sheltered employment for people that don't have value. How many times have you driven past some roadworks happening? There's like 2 people actually working on the road and another 7 people waving flags. I mean, come on. Government has just not built any assets. Even our once esteemed enterprises like SAA, SABC, they're not generating money for us anymore. It's taxpayer money that is going into those black holes. And on top of that, government's insistence on the national health insurance, all of that has to be paid, but where is the money going to come from? We have a far greater or far lesser amount of tax being collected in this tax period due to the whole lockdown. Businesses have shut down. People have been terminated. People are taking their retirement packages and retrenchment packages. So there's a far less tax base. And those that can leave are leaving or doing financial immigration. So what's going to happen? Well, pre-COVID, there were about 3 million taxpayers in South Africa contributing a significant amount to the tax coffers in the form of income tax. And then we have the corporate taxes of around 28% that all businesses in the country pay. If the tax base is shrinking, where's the money going to come from? How are we going to service debt? How are we going to pay government workers? And how are those dependent on social grants going to survive? Well, the answer is simple. They're going to tax us to death. And if the midterm budget speech a couple of weeks ago didn't scare you because it was so lukewarm and there was nothing in there, it was just a bunch of fluff, a bunch of stuff that we've heard before. And with the Minister of Finance basically preaching to us like we have a say in where the money goes. So they're going to increase taxes. I think next year, March, when the budget speech happens, you might as well have a heart attack before it even happens, because they're going to raise taxes. They're talking about a sovereign wealth tax. They're talking about increasing tax duties. So what does it mean for us? It means that we've got to save a lot more to die because the death taxes are going to be increasing. If you're not within a certain tax bracket, you don't have to worry about the talk of the sovereign wealth tax that they're planning to implement. But it's most likely that there'll be slight increases in the various tax brackets since we haven't had an increase. Maybe we will even see them strip away some of the tax benefits we do have, like the deductions on medical aid. So what can South Africa do to get out of this? Well, it needs some serious economic change, firstly. There needs to be a serious shift in how government has their employees structured. A lot of folks have to go. That will obviously increase unemployment. But how are these people going to be paid? South Africa has to rethink its social system. The socialist policies of the ruling party just do not make sense with our current tax base and our current economic situation. You cannot be giving universal income grants without some kind of responsibility or accountability on the other end. So it's a whole rethink. I believe South Africa has to move away from the socialist policy because you can't be giving grants to everybody and then complain about the disparity between the rich and the poor. Grants don't close that gap. We've got to give people an opportunity to earn for themselves, develop our young entrepreneurs, further develop our education system, focus on maths and science, and get quality education to our people. So with most likely tax hikes coming, you need to be prepared for that. You need to be restructuring your finances for that. Look at tax breaks where you can. Look for tax incentives where you can. Look for tax investments that allow you to grow without having that tax impact or tax liability. Tax reinvestments are a great way to do that. Utilizing as much as your retirement allowance for retirement savings, utilize that as much as possible because you're going to get a rebate and you're basically getting government to finance you there. Also look at section 12 investments where there's some great incentives where you can possibly get almost 45% of your money back if you're on the highest tax bracket over a 5-year period as well. So look at what's there. Join this page and we'll talk about more of the tax benefits that you can get in the various kinds of investments and financial products that are available in South Africa. Also, consider joining the Wealth Insiders. This is my community of insiders where we chat and grow about all things finance from a South African perspective. If you're keen on joining this elite group of financially savvy South Africans, go to www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com/join and sign up, and I will see you inside Wealth Insiders.